May I come in, sir?
Yes, come. Come, Mr. Pawan.
Good evening, sir.
Please sit down. बुलंदशहर से हैं आप. Please sit down. What you have studied political science, University of Allahabad,
Yes, sir.
and you already. Where are you working now?
Sir, I'm not working.
You're not working anywhere. What is your optional subject in the civil services?
Sir, it's geography.
Geography. Acha. Now, which continent of the world you are most comfortable with regard to geography, so that I can ask you questions on that? Which continent?
Sir, I'm comfortable with Asia
Asia.
and then, sir, North America.
Okay, let's take Asia. In Asia, where is Armenia located?
Sir, it's located in the Central Asia. Sir, in the Caspian Sea, sir, around Caspian Sea, and sir, in Armenia, Azerbaijan, and Russia. And, sir, it's the neighbor of Russia, sir.
How far is Georgia from Armenia?
Sir, I think it's neighbor of Armenia.
And Azerbaijan?
Sir, Azerbaijan. Sir, it's also the neighbor of Armenia. Sir, there is also a conflict going on between Azerbaijan and Armenia.
Why?
Sir, it's on the region of Nagorno-Karabakh, sir.
And in whose favor is the war going? Who's winning the war?
Sir, currently there is this Nagorno-Karabakh region is in the possession of Armenia, I think. And sir, the Russia is supporting Armenia, and the Western world is supporting this Azerbaijan.
So you see, wherever there is a conflict in the world, you have Russia or China on one side, and you have certain Western countries on the other side. It seems to be a kind of a general pattern, whether it is Israel or whether it is China versus Taiwan, or whether it is any part of the world wherever there is a conflict. Why is this, and why is this deep-seated rivalry between these two groups?
Sir, the rivalry goes back to the Second World War period. After the Second World War period, there emerges two powers. One is, sir, the USA, and second one is USSR. They have different ideologies. One follows the capitalism and another follows the socialism, sir. Then it's about, sir, the economy and the structure of polity. That how should be the structure of economy and the polity should be. The China and Russia has convergence that it should be on line of communism, and the Western world led by USA, they are focusing that the world economy and world polity should be based on the ideology of capitalism, sir.
Is communism really being practiced in China the way it was propounded by Marx?
No, sir, it's in modified form.
What form is it? How has it been modified?
Sir, it's more about the socialism. China is following the socialism in which the industrial entities and the production process is controlled by the state.
And how is it in Russia?
Sir, in Russia also they are more closer to communism, sir, in compared to China. China is opening its economy while the USSR or the Russia has full control over the industrial aspects, sir.
Who's opening up the economy?
Sir, China
is opened up the economy.
No, sir, it's not opened fully, but it's opening its economy in a controlled way, sir.
And Russia is not opening up the economy, or nobody wants to invest in Russia.
Sir, people are investing in Russia, but it's more controlled by the state.
Okay. And what about the growth of the private sector in Russia? Seems to be going on well. So much of oil exploration and oil drilling is going on in Russia?
Sir, I think the company, if they are willing to invest in Russia, they have to take the permission from the Russian state. Like, sir, ONGC is also collaborating in the sir, it's Siberian part, sir.
But even in India, if somebody has to do oil drilling, they have to take permission from the Indian government. So how is it different in Russia?
Sir, in India, there is no obligation for a foreign company to collaborate with a public sector company, sir.
Whereas that obligation is compulsory in Russia.
Sir, I'm not exactly aware.
That's what you said. You are trying to differentiate by saying that is a difference.
So I will read on this.
You're not sure?
I'm not sure, sir.
Where is Norway located? Norway, Sweden, and Finland.
Sir, they are located in the northern Europe. Sir, they are more closer to the in higher latitude, more closer to Arctic continent. Sir.
And what is the issue of Sweden joining NATO?
Sir, recently Finland has joined the NATO, and the more recent one is the Sweden, sir. They are joining NATO due to the threat posed by Russia by the annexation of the sir, it's the Crimean Peninsula and the aggression on Ukraine. So they are threatened. Sir.
Now, let us take the Russia-Ukraine war. Uh, the Russia-Ukraine war obviously has caused a lot of problems in the world economy.
Yes, sir.
So, generally, the countries of the world would not have wanted such a war. But the war eventually happened. What is the reason for this friction between Russia and Ukraine?
Sir, there are three regions. The first one is economic region. Sir, the eastern part of Ukraine, it is rich in the coal and other natural resources, sir. Then, sir, there is ethnic region. The Donetsk and Donbass region is sir, populated by the majority of Russians. And then, sir, there is also strategic regions. Like, sir, Russia captured the Crimean Peninsula in 2014. It basically wanted an access to Black Sea, sir. And then is sir, there is geopolitical aspect, sir. As NATO is expanding to the vicinity of Russia, so Russia is threatened by the expansion of NATO, sir.
So, Russia was threatened because NATO would come onto its borders, and therefore it decided to create a buffer area. And that is the reason why this friction became a little more intense.
Yes.
Now, coming to Bulandshahar, what is Bulandshahar famous for?
Sir, Bulandshahar is famous for the pottery industry in Khurja. Then, sir, Bulandshahar has a nuclear power plant in Aurora, sir.
Now, Bulandshahar is a fertile, prosperous area.
Yes, sir.
Agriculturally speaking, you think Bulandshahar should have prospered more if it had industrialized, or Bulandshahar should remain the way it is, and it's quite well off that way?
Yes, sir, as you rightly mentioned, that Bulandshahar is situated in the Doab region. The alluvial soil has the potential for high agricultural productivity. I think, sir, there is over dependence on agriculture, and the impact of green revolution was there. But, sir, there is a need to shift the labor from agriculture to the industry. And for industry, sir, it should be based on the food processing sector and the textile sector, so that the industry can draw the raw materials from the agriculture itself. So I think, sir, there is a need to move towards industrialization.
In the past, when you look at Indian history, can you recall any two kings who ruled over the region of Bulandshahar?
Okay, sir. Sir, due to the proximity to the Delhi, Bulandshahar is mainly ruled by the kings who ruled over Delhi. And sir, the ruler who established the Bulandshahar was Baran, Ahibaran. And Bulandshahar in ancient time is also known by the name of Baran due to that king Ahibaran.
And one more king, anybody who ruled over Delhi?
Sir, I'm not aware.
There are so many kings who ruled over Delhi.
Over Delhi, sir. Delhi, sir, there are Mughals, and prior to Mughals, there are numerous Islamic dynasties like these are Ghulam ones, Khilji's, Lodhi's,
Prior to the Muslim dynasties.
Then, sir, there was rule of Chauhans and Tomars. So,
did it come under Prithviraj Chauhan?
Yes, sir. Delhi, the rule of Prithviraj Chauhan was mainly centered on Ajmer, and it also extends to Delhi.
And up to Bulandshahar.
Yes, sir.
So, tell me about the Battle of Tarain, the first battle and the second battle.
The Battle of Tarain was fought in 1191, sir, in 1191 AD between Prithviraj Chauhan and Muhammad Ghori. It was won by Prithviraj Chauhan, sir. Then the second Battle of Tarain was fought in 1192 AD, and it was won by the Muhammad Ghori. And he captured Prithviraj Chauhan and killed him.
And then thereafter, what happened?
Then, sir, there was a war between Jayachandra and Muhammad Ghori, which was also won by Muhammad Ghori. And eventually, Delhi came under the the Ghulam one, sir. Qutbuddin Ayyubak was the ruler who established the Muslim dynasty in Delhi for the first time.
So where was this dynasty from? Qutbuddin Aibak and his successors. From which part of Central Asia did they come from?
Sir, they come from Samarkand, sir, Kazakhstan and this Kyrgyzstan part, sir.
And who was the ruler there at that time?
So I'm not aware.
Obviously, Muhammad Ghori. That's why he brought them as slaves.
Yes, sir.
So be quick, please.
Thank you.
So, Pawan, your hobby is watching contemporary Bollywood movies, especially based on social issues.
Yes, sir.
Which one you watched recently?
Sir, I have watched the movie Pink, Thappad, Article 15. And then, sir, it's Mulk.
Article 15.
Yes, sir, Article 15.
What about Article 370?
Article 370, sir. The article was related to the special status for the state of Jammu and Kashmir, sir. And it mentions that the certain laws of the government of India will not be applicable in original form to Kashmir, and it will be applicable only after the acceptance and the
The abrogation of 370
yes, sir.
was a right step or wrong step? What do you think?
So I think it was a good step for the betterment of Jammu and Kashmir.
What improvement has happened?
Sir, it ensures the integration of Jammu and Kashmir with the rest of India. And apart from this, sir, there is also growing interest of the industrialist in the state of Jammu and Kashmir.
There was allegation that this was not the intent, and constitution or our law didn't provide to that you could remove 370 from the.
Sir, in the at the time of designing the Article 370, there was a clause that the Article 370 can be abrogated only after the consensus of the Constituent Assembly of Jammu and Kashmir. But Jammu and Kashmir Constituent Assembly stopped working, and eventually the State Assembly prevailed, sir.
What was the message in pink?
The message in pink, it's about, sir, the sexual harassment, prevention of sexual harassment, and the consensus of a woman in a relationship.
Do you remember two acts which has empowered women?
Sir, two
Acts, enactments.
yes, sir. Sir, it's about the legalization of the 33% reservation for the women in Lok Sabha and State Assembly.
And
And then, sir, it's about POS Act, prevention of sexual harassment.
no, second is sexual harassment. So don't you think the amendment we were earlier did for local bodies, 73rd, 74, they didn't really empower women.
Yes, sir, it also empowered the women.
So what is the difference between these two acts, 73, 74, that local bodies and this assembly and parliament?
Sir, the recent act enacted by the parliament, it reserved the seats for women at the 33% level in Lok Sabha and State Assembly. And the 73rd and 74th Amendment Act reserved 1/3 seats for women along with SC, ST, sir.
But there are opinion by people that really it didn't empower women, because when it was women turn, their husband will act as pradhan, so pati pradhan at some town. So it is, if it is so, what is the use? They are not really empowered.
Sir, there are allegations, as you rightly mentioned, that there is a concept of Sarpanch Pati. But, sir, we need to educate women about their rights. And in the Lok Sabha and State Assembly, sir, there will be a more vigil by the media also. So, sir, I think we can curb this Sarpanch Pati phenomena
So
in Lok Sabha.
we were not able to educate them for the last 30, 40 years. Now how we will re-educate them?
Sir, I think we should continue the awareness and education and literacy aspect for women, sir. And eventually we will be able to attain the goal.
Okay. Can you name 3 geopolitical issues for 2024?
Okay, sir. The first one is, sir, the world is facing elections in major countries like, sir, USA and India and Bangladesh happened recently. And apart from this, sir, there is also the Red Sea crisis. Red Sea crisis.
Red Sea crisis.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then, sir, there is a war going on between Israel and Hamas, sir. And then there is, sir, war going on for last 2 years between Ukraine and Russia. And apart from this, sir, there is also growing concerns about the growing
You
aggression.
mentioned the elections, like India or US has election coming this year. So how does it matter?
Sir, it matters.
Both are democracies. Somebody will win, somebody will lose election.
Yes, sir.
So why they are important?
Sir, they are important by the fact that there is ideological differences between the leaders. As for example, sir, in USA, there are two.
There's always two parties and two leaders.
Yes, sir.
So how it is different than previous years, previous elections? Every time that happens. What is special you mentioned this time?
Sir, there are differences in ideological front on the major global events. Like, sir, the Republican Party of USA has different stand on Ukraine and Russia war than from the Democratic Party. And as Mr. Trump has also highlighted that if he will be elected again, then he will review the aid which is going on for Ukraine.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Let us start with the Scandinavian countries. What is special about Scandinavian countries you have noticed during your study of geography?
Sir, they have the high level of socio-economic development, and apart from this, they are more concerned about the environment.
Okay. And they are developed countries because of one particular concentration on the economic activity. What is that?
Sir, I'm not aware.
Okay. Let us come to second question. In Mahabharat, Gandhar was mentioned.
Yes, sir.
What is that place now?
Sir, the place is situated in Afghanistan.
And what is the name now?
Sir, it's Gandhar.
Should India take over the Pakistan occupied Kashmir? What are the geopolitical consequences it may bring?
Okay. Sir, I think there should be a diplomatic consensus that what should prevail. And the forceful annexation will have the diplomatic consequences for India. Like, sir, China can also interfere in the war between India and Pakistan. And then, sir, there is also a threat of nuclear war, as both India and Pakistan are nuclear capable states. And then, sir, there is also a threat of broader regional conflict. There will be a regional grouping. The countries will take side based on their ideologies and their geopolitical interest.
Okay. What geography teaches us?
Sorry, sir.
What geography teaches us?
Okay. Sir, geography teaches about the diversity and the conditions it offers. Like, sir, the northern plains of India, they are fertile and more productive for agricultural activity.
You are referring what? India.
Yes, sir, for India.
मैं जनरल बोल रहा हूँ कि ज्योग्राफी क्या सिखाती है आदमी को?
Okay, sir. Sir, teaches people about the diversity, as there are numerous geographical diversity at the front of topography, climatic diversity, and there is also diversity in demography. So, sir, we should respect the diversity and consider the specific about particular sections of society.
Then what history teaches us?
Sir, it teaches about the bad consequences of the decision taken by the past leaders and how we can learn from them and implement in future so that we can avoid the bad consequences.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You mentioned your father's income as 42,000 rupees.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me how he earns 42,000 rupees per year? How many acres does he own? What are the economics?
Sir, the main occupation of my father is agriculture. Sir, we owned 5 bigha land. So I'm not able to convert it into acre, but we owned 5 acre and we solely relied on agriculture, sir. That's why, sir, we have.
So how much is the income? How do you, what is the earning per bigha? You said 5 bighas. So per bigha, how much does agriculture provide in terms of net income?
Sir, it depends on the crop we are producing, sir.
I'm asking about your father.
Okay. Sir, from 5 biga, we are able to achieve an income of around, sir, 20 to 22,000 in one agriculture session, sir.
So how many times do you cultivate in a year?
Sir, we generally cultivate for 2 cycles in 1 year, sir. For Rabi, we cultivate, sir, wheat, and in Kharif, we cultivate this maize.
Now, how many seats are being, for how many seats are elections being held for the Rajya Sabha today?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware.
Have you read the papers in the morning, newspaper?
Sir, I read newspaper, but I missed this particular news.
This is Supreme Court judgment on Sabarimala. Are you aware of that?
Yes, sir.
What did it say?
Sir, the decision was about the decision was criticizing the decision that the women of a particular age group who are in its menstrual cycle phase, they should not enter the temple. So the decision of Honorable Supreme Court criticized this aspect, and it reinstated the rights of women, that women of any age or any section can enter temple. They have equal rights under Article 14.
That was up to 2018. Then what happened after that?
Sir, there are challenges at the implementation fronts.
And what happened in the Supreme Court?
So I'm not aware.
This is a review petition. It has been admitted by the Supreme Court. It is being heard. They have clubbed it with other cases. Are you aware of those developments?
No, sir, I will read it.
Give me one factor or one reason given by the Supreme Court for justifying reservation for economically weaker sections.
Sir, the Honorable Supreme Court gave the argument that we should move apart from this social status-based reservation. We should also consider the other factors of deprivation. Apart from the social status, there
That's
are...
what the government said. Government said that. What did the Supreme Court finally say?
Sir, I'm not...
There was a 3:2 judgment. The majority view said something, the minority view said something. Can you tell me how they justified? They said, yes, what the government has done is correct, legally valid,
Yes, sir.
as per the constitution. So how did they justify that?
Sir, the majority judgment said that the 10% reservation for EWS of general category is valid, and the minority view was that it should be allowed for other sections also based on the economic criteria.
And so the majority views also said that economically disadvantaged sections should be given the benefit, as the socially and educationally backward people have already been given the benefit.
Yes, sir.
And therefore justified this. They accepted economic criteria as a reason for reservations. Okay. Do you think 10% is justified?
Sir, the 10% criteria, I think, sir, as we have already 50% reservation for SC, ST, and OBC, and if we extend it to more than 10%, then, sir, there will be a matter of exclusion and not inclusion, sir.
More than 10%, I have not said. You think up to 10% at least, you think that is justified?
Sir, it is justified, but, sir, as Supreme Court has also raised the questions about the limit for 8 lakh crore per annum, sir. I think it should be rationalized, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Please wait.
Okay, sir. May I come in, sir?
आइए. आप पहले से ऐसे ही बोलते हैं, हिंदी भी ऐसे ही बोलते हैं या अंग्रेजी ऐसे बोलते हैं? बट आराम से रहिए, आराम से, इनफॉर्मली. थोड़ा सा सॉन्ग जैसे लगता है, जैसा आप बात करते हो, as if you are singing.
Sir, actually, my communication skill is not so good, sir. That's why I guess, sir.
नहीं, अच्छा है. Communication skill is coming very fluently. Very nice. नहीं, अच्छा है. I mean, I didn't mind it. I'm just asking you whether it is a habit with you or is it the...
Sir, it's my habit.
Okay, चलिए. When is your interview?
Sir, it's on 7th of March.
अच्छा, very short, under 10 days away. It's the first time you're going for the interview?
Yes, sir. It's my first interview and third attempt, sir.
Third attempt. And you are about 23, 24, so it's very good. So if you get it, it will be very good. Presence of mind थोड़ा सा बीच में attention थोड़ा सा divert हो गया. जैसे मैंने आपको पृथ्वीराज चौहान तक आप ठीक बोल दिया. मैंने कहा who is the king? तो आपको तुरंत बोलना था वही तो गोरी से ही आया वो, हाँ? तो वो दूसरा, दैट इज वन थिंग. JNK कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली,
Yes, sir.
तो आपने क्या बोला? JNK कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली स्टॉप फंक्शनिंग.
Yes, sir.
तब वो डिसॉल्व हो गया था.
डिजॉल्व हो गया.
हाँ, it stopped functioning नहीं. हाँ? But he asked about abrogation of Article 370. So whether it is justified or not. The question is, it is justified because Supreme Court has said that whatever JNK Constituent Assembly wanted to say has already been said. Now nothing more is to be said by them. The consultation process is over in 1950s.
Yes, sir.
And therefore now the government has taken a decision, issued a presidential order, it is valid. तो वो लीगल सब्सटेंस आपको थोड़ा सा वो आई थिंक वेदर राइट और रॉन्ग आपने पूछा है. तो जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने बोल दिया उसके बाद कौन बोल सकता है?
Yes, sir.
गवर्नमेंट हैज ऑलरेडी डन इट एंड सुप्रीम कोर्ट हैज अपहेल्ड इट. तो इसके बाद आप कौन होते हो राइट और रॉन्ग बोलने वाला? राइट. सो यू हैव टू से यस इट इज राइट बिकॉज सुप्रीम कोर्ट हैज ऑल्सो agreed with the government decision and given this as the reason that consultation process with Jammu and Constituent Assembly is already over. You started again writing an argument for that. थोड़ा
Yes,
सा
sir.
वो अब जरा ध्यान रखिए. क्वेश्चन क्या है आप, यू हैव टू कीप दैट इन माइंड. तीसरी बात है 42,000 पूछेंगे बिकॉज इट्स इनकम इज वेरी लो एग्रीकल्चर में. देन यू हैव टू से 2 सीजन. ये सब मुझे आई हैव टू आस्क यू अगेन एंड अगेन. स्ट्रेट वे से 42,000 rupees सर, वो गॉट ओनली 5 बीघास ऑफ लैंड. इन 1 बीघा वी गेट सो मच इनकम पर सीजन. तो 5 बीघास इज सो मच. तो फॉर 2 seasons आई ग्रो राइस एंड मेज, paddy and maize. Therefore, I get so much.
Yes.
ठीक है, सीधा straight answer. That is the final thing. And then Rajesh, current affairs you are not reading. So now you have to be clear because you have got only 10 days left. So anything which has happened in the last 15 days, which will happen in the next 10 days, please brush up. Anything will come from there because they read the morning newspaper and come for the interview. Board members. So they will ask from the morning newspapers, previous day's newspapers. ठीक है. So otherwise you did well. How do you think you did perform?
Sir, it was quite good.
It was quite nice. It's quite pleasant. You got a good smiling disposition. You do well. ठीक है. Geography वगैरह, Russia Ukraine war, the answers were quite good. And even Sweden was not bad. You know, you added Finland, Sweden, all that was right. But when it came to some local issues, थोड़ा सा you इधर उधर हो गया. But that happens with everybody. Try to keep your concentration
Okay.
intact.
बस एक जो क्वेश्चन था स्कैंडिनेवियस कंट्री का, इसमें दे आर हेवीली concentrating on agri-business, agro-processing, dairy, chocolates, tourism. They don't promote industries which involve chemical, poisonous gases, heavy machineries, and they try to preserve the ecology and environment. तो ये आप थोड़ा देख लीजिए. दूसरा, Kandahar is the
Yes,
name
sir,
of Gandhar.
Kandahar. Yes.
You have to say Kandahar. You say that this is the same name, it's not there. It was Gandhar, but now it is Kandahar. Correct? And rest, साहब ने बोला है, तो I don't have to add anything.
Thank you.
Anything you want to ask?
No, sir.
It was very pleasant. Keep it up. You do well. You got only a few days left. Just brush up your knowledge. Don't be nervous. You are not nervous at all. You are quite that way comfortable. Maintain that same happy
न्यूज़पेपर
posture.
में कुछ आया या करंट इवेंट्स नेशनल इंटरनेशनल, एंड इफ यू डोंट नो दैट वुड गो नेगेटिव. तो यू टू बी एक्स्ट्रा केयरफुल अबाउट चेयरमैन साहब ने बोला.
Okay, sir.
ठीक है.
Okay, sir.
ऑल द
Thank you,
बेस्ट.
sir.